pump. Always, guys, respect the pump. I respect the pump in all assets. Why? Because it's kind of like karma. You know, the power of the pump always comes back to you if you respect the pump of other people. It's crazy, but I have this belief that whatever pumps, you have to pay respect. Because otherwise, if you like, oh my god, this scam coin is pumping again, actually you are kind of rejecting the pump from your life. Maybe it's a bit out there, you know, woo-woo, but we all gotta believe in something, and I do believe in the power of the pump. It's kind of like, you know, let the pump be with you. I went to bed yesterday. I told you guys on Twitter, good night and let the pump be with you. Okay, this is how I see. It's like this force. It's like this force that is all around us. And if you are really inviting the pump into your life, it will come.
What is up, guys? How you guys doing? The bright light today. Coming at you with another one on this Wednesday. I don't know why I popped that one up there. Like you, no, really, no. Anyways, what is up? Bright light crypto. Got my Hex shirt today. We're gonna go over a little actuator. What I know about my knowledge base with using it. It gets me excited more about Hex, but there is a couple stipulations. Actuators only for HSIs, and also it is only on Pulsechain right now. It could come to Ethereum one day. They could, who knows? We'll see how this goes, but I like it. And yeah, I'll just slowly go through that. But before that, I want to give a couple good updates and show you guys Richard Hart's, or I should call it the SAC address. It's only 14% down now. Praise the Lord. You know, it's at 550 million. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. I think it's getting closer to his average price right down here. So, yeah, other than that, I think it's pretty cool that the market's coming back up. Bitcoin's at 93K. Like, Jesus, like, dude, it just keeps getting more bullish and more bullish. It kind of shows me a little bit that it's probably getting a little euphoric already on the Bitcoin side, but dude, we got like another 100% to go maybe. So we'll see. But if Bitcoin ends up being a $3 to $5 trillion market cap at the end of this cycle, I don't know. We'll see what Trump does. We'll see everything else. But dude, it could even take half of gold, you know, and then we could start using gold and make it cheaper so we can actually use it for other things, because I hear it's good for electronics, just like silver too. So you never know. We might have to replace gold with the Bitcoin, and, you know, maybe Ethereum's the silver, unlike Litecoin is the silver, Bitcoin, gold. Yeah. Anyways, let's get on it. Oh yeah, before I do this, let's play my video real quick, and yeah, give a shout out to these guys. If you guys haven't known, that's the agreeable index on 2FLUX. I want to give a APR update. This is the Yep on Pulse X account agreeable index update for Yep token, Nope token, Steve token, or Scuba Steve, Bets token, and 2FLUX, of course. APRs are around 122 APR, depending on whether you go into this pool or not. And projected is around 150. If we go over to 2FLUX, it's a little bit higher right now. So it was about close to $23,000 in the pool. So if that doubled, we would be well above 60% APR, which would be great. But who knows? It could be a little bit lower, but would still be above 50%. So I just want to show you all that before I get into this actuator thing. So, anyways, that is a little, chores. And for the actuator protocol. Now, I'm a Hexakin. I like HSIs more than native stakes, just for the mere fact you can move them, and you can still hide them. You could tokenize them, detokenize them. You can sell them on NFT market. You could go to, open a new tab here and go to, this is Alex's icosahedron thing. You can go to the icosa down here. I'm connected. I don't know why it's not showing me. There we go. You can stake your icosa. You can do your hedron, things like that. You can go to the HSI auction and you could auction off with your hedron. We all know this system. It's fairly good. You can buy HSIs right here from icosahedron. You could sell them back, your HSIs, to get ICOSAs right here. And it depends on the value of ICOSA. There is one lending platform to get some utility out of your HSI stakes if you need to borrow from them. Now, I like Actuator a little bit more. It kind of goes over the top and activates like liquidity providing and borrowability and time token kind of stuff on top of that. And yes, there are a lot of strategies with this right now. So I'm still figuring it out. I've only been using it for 3 weeks. So I'm bringing this to you as I'm learning. So you're going to always have to do your own research and know how it works. But I'm going to roll through this with a little bit of Hex in a wallet. I'm going to create a delegated HSI, and then I'm going to show you what you can do with it by providing liquidity right now to get Actuator token, things like that. So that's what I'm going to be here for with Actuator today. I might give an update or a better video in the future. Who knows? More accurate information. But you can go to actuator.finance right up here. And you can go to their Telegram, go to their audits, you can go to their reviews, you can learn. I mean, I'm pretty damn impressed, like already just off the bat with this, with the last couple weeks. So let's get into this. You can read the docs right here. This is just their main page. I'm going to launch that. If it chooses to load, it always goes into a new tab. Here you have your HTT Hex Time Token 7000s, and it's good for like best long-term, if you need to borrow from your like long 555 HSIs or whatever, you would go get the HTT 7000s. They get redeemed on a certain date, just like the HTT 5000s right here get redeemed on a certain date, and the 3000s. And I think there's like a 1700 or 1800 HTT time token. But don't worry about the short ones yet. Like if you have like a 5-year or a 15-year stake, something like that, this will work perfect. Yes, you will not be able to extract all the like value out of the stake, but at least you'll be able to borrow from it and do what you want with it. You can sell the HTT tokens, you can sell whatever, come back. You can sell the tokens, do your little thing, come back and get your stake back, which is kind of cool. That's just one strategy. Now, I may show you the strategy I'm using, because you can borrow from your Hex stake through your HTTs. You can create a stake, borrow from that, use existing Hex, and then go provide liquidity on this platform to earn the Actuator token. And then once you get like a month's worth of Actuator token, or maybe longer, depending on the APRs right now, you can stake that Actuator token, and you have to lock it up for 90 days in order to stake it to earn your HTT tokens back to get your stake back. I know that's a mouthful, but I'm going to walk you through it right here. And they got great analysis on their tokens right now. Yes, they are at a discount. The 7,000s are a little bit cheaper. They're at like 57, like a little over half a hex per 7,000 token. But when you redeem, one HTT token is equivalent to 1 hex. But when you go to sell it, it's going to be about 57% of your stake value with those tokens. Be aware of that. That's with the 7,000s. Now, with the HTT 5,000s, it's going to be like 64% of your hex stake value. And with your HTT 3,000s, it's going to be 78%. So you will get more, but depending on how long it goes, because if I make a 555 today or on the redeem date, you can get like HTT 5,000s instead of 7,000s time tokens. So on that note, that's one point that you want to keep in mind while you do this. The liquidity is down here, which is kind of cool. They show you all the analysis and aggregated liquidity, all the information you need for your hex stakes and everything is right here. Like you can even add a 0 to that, stake hex, where it would be, things like that. You can go to payout per T share, and it seems to keep going up. So, yeah, I like it. It kind of brings the ability to do this. So I'm going to kind of walk you through how to do a stake. And if you excuse me 1 second, I'm going to play a video. My dog is being a dog, so I'm going to go put her in the other room. She's usually good, but I'm going to play the shout out to Solid X. So,
are you looking for a solid investment in the Pulsechain ecosystem? Dive into Solid X, the token making waves with its incredible growth potential and dedicated founder. Solid X is the brainchild of Firewhale, a prominent figure and major believer in Richard Hart's vision for Pulsechain. His commitment is evident, holding a substantial portion of Solid X tokens himself. Designed as a store of value, Solid X offers a fixed supply of 21 million tokens, mirroring the scarcity and stability of Bitcoin. Experience the power of swimming with whales. Solid X has already demonstrated explosive growth, attracting significant liquidity and capturing attention across the crypto world. The future is bright. Firewhale is developing a revolutionary cross-chain casino game with a portion of its revenue dedicated to buying and burning Solid X and Ink tokens, further increasing their scarcity and value. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Visit solidx.win today and join the Solid X community.
I know this is all about Actuator kind of thing, but I had to put on a video. If you don't know, Solid X is a Firewhale. He's on Pulsechain, believes in Richard Hart. Hex, I think he would love the Actuator platform. So, if you don't already know, like, research Solid X if you want. It is supposed to be a great store of value. It has the tokenomics of Bitcoin on Pulsechain. So just look into it and do your own research. But anyways, let's get back and show you around. Let's change this up maybe a little bit and go like that so it makes it bigger for you guys. There. All right. Where was I? So you got your HTT 3000s. That's for the shorter stakes. Got your 5,000s for your middle stakes and your 7,000s. Now right here, it will show you your redeem date. So your 3,000s will be 2/18/2028, and 3.3 years for your 3,000s. For your 5,000 tokens, it'll be 8/10/2033. All right. And then the 7,000 tokens will be 14.2 years, 1/31/2039 right now. That'll be your redeem date. You'll get your yield, you'll get your hedron, you'll be able to mint your hedron, you'll be able to do all that. I mean, they really give you the keys to the kingdom for you and the ability and your choice and whatnot. So let's move on. to the stakes tab. This is the stake tab. When you do have, it shows your native stakes here, but it does not let you delegate them to Actuator because they're not HSIs. You cannot move them to a new smart contract or anything like that. So on that note, yeah, I'm just reiterating it's not for native stakes. So Hex stakes, HSIs will show up right here when you don't have any stakes in the wallet like I'm connected to right here. It will show nothing, and then you can create your new delegated stake. When you do that, it'll pop up right here with your HTT tokens that you could redeem or borrow against and collateralize and create reserves, or go sell them on the market, buy a meme coin, make some money, buy your HTT tokens back, get your stake back, kind of thing. A lot of people, this is giving up the control to them. It's putting it on the Actuator Pro platform. All their warnings and stuff are on here, are fairly good. It walks you through it. So, and then there's this token page. What tokens you have, you can see I have some Pulse in here, and I have some Hex, only 8,000 Hex. So I'm going to create a stake today, and then I'm going to stake it, and then I'm going to show you where to stake your Actuator to get your Hex time tokens. And this is the strategy I'm using to get my stakes back out. I've already gotten one of my stakes back out because the APRs were really high. They're not so much anymore because liquidity is coming in, but you know, it's kind of just like a farm. But it helps peg these Hex time tokens to Hex more. So if Hex moons, they're going to moon and whatnot. If you don't know farming, you should research it. And if you have never owned Hex, it's the best CD. It's the only CD on blockchain that is fully decentralized. You own your own keys. You push your own buttons, things of that nature. So, and that I think is truly on Pulsechain, because Ethereum, they will censor transactions. They will be OFAC compliant. They will delist Hex from Uniswap, kind of thing. That is the importance of Pulsechain and why Pulsechain's there and why Hex is over there. So you always have control of your financial wealth or your financial control, however you want to look at it. So then we got our pools. These are the pools. They all go through PulseX V2, as far as I'm aware. I might be wrong on that, but you can do it all through here and everything, which is really cool. And I like that it keeps you on this page. And it is important to keep you on it. Like, you don't want to have to go through 4 websites just to do your thing. You know what I mean? Or have click, like, I don't know, glitches, whatever the hell. But yeah, this is your pools page. This is your earn tab, to where you can stake these pools. Like if you go to farms, yeah, you got to click in a certain spot sometimes. There's always a different spot for me. And then you can stake your HTT 3000 to Hex, HTT 5000 to Hex, HTT 7000 to Hex on right here to earn Actuator at these APR rates right here. So they have 3000 rate, and this is your farm reward share is 19%. This is because of the Actuator token coming out and being distributed to people who ever stake. It's got 451 APR right now with 65,300 in deposits. If that doubles, the APR is going to go in half, just like the agreeable index kind of thing. It kind of brings in the same kind of tokenomics here. You could see the longer the stakes, the more the farm reward share as the tokens come unlocked and are minted. I will, I think it's down here. Yeah, right here. Actuator distribution schedule is right now. This is the team, or the forge. I should say they only get 10 million. It's locked for 2 years, something like that. The team, they started off with 50 million. They're going to 138 in about a year, a little over 138 million and 200 million and whatnot. So they can utilize all that stuff. Now this is for the farms emissions. They have, I think, right down here they started. Nope, that's the team. So right there, I can't see where it started, but farm emissions, 350 million will be in the farms, through the farms, if you're liquidity providing in it, until like, looks like September of 2025. And then 600 million September 2026. And then all of them, I believe, will be out, the whole team. Forge will be unlocked and everything by 2027. I think there's 1 billion tokens total, which is cool. So if you want to get your position, this is the way to do it. Forge people got, whoever had Forge NFTs got an airdrop of them. That was this right here. And I think they still have some. I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's the Actuator thing. So that's the Earn tab under Earn Actuator Farms. Now to earn HTTs, this is where you would have to lock up your Actuator token, and for 90 days minimum to start earning these Hex time tokens. And the APR, whatever, I think it varies right now. I think I've seen the past, I've only been using this platform for 3 weeks, so I've seen 2 accumulations. I think they come out once a week. I'm not too sure. Could be every 2 weeks. I haven't really read the docs all that great, but that's as far as I understand it, which is really cool. That comes out every week. You earn your Hex time tokens back, and this is to where you go into your stakes, and you'll see right here that you could redeem your Hex time tokens to get your stake back out. All right. So now, since all that said, I'm 20 minutes in, I'm going to run you through doing this. So now I'm going to just click do the longest stake, because it's only going to be a small stake, so you might as well go long to get the most T-shares, right? So we're almost at like 40,000 T-share rate. So just go long. I will probably only be able to mint. I'm going to do 4,000 because I want to do 50 and 50 and farm, right? So I can earn the Actuator token, which I'm going to show you how to stake it, but I'm not going to stake it because then I would have to come back and make a second video just to be showing you guys. But I'm pretty sure you'll get the hint if you guys get that. But you can create your custom day right here. In stake day, like what's the Hex stake day that your stake comes out, whatever. Like let's say it's day that, it's like 100 years in the future, whatever. I don't know. You can create that. I think if I go over the redemption day right here, I can get the day 7,000 Hex time tokens, but I'm only going to do the 5,000s today because I just want to have it redeemed on that day because it's easier for me and for the video. So I'm going to do that. Yes, I'm not on a hardware wallet for the video, so just bear with me. And the great thing is once I get this out of the Actuator, I can send it to my other wallets, whatever, that I have my Hex stakes. I might just keep it in here until I pay it off. It's not that much, so I know I can pay it off fairly quickly. So I'm going to do stake 4,000 Hex until 2039 of January 31st. It's basically a 555, which I like that they alert you down here, transaction pending. You'll be alerted when it's staked. And then pretty sure I'll probably have to refresh. But if you already have HSIs, they will pop up here. You will have to tokenize them to delegate them to Actuator. This, I'm just creating one. So I'm going to look up here, see my transaction. Yeah, all right, we're good. If you guys don't have wrapping, there you go. But let's refresh this. popped up right here. So now another great point about the stakes is you can extract 4,000 HTT 7,000 tokens today, but as you accrue rewards or whatnot, you will be able to extract more as it goes on, which is cool, I think. So I go over to here. You could revoke your delegation. You could go to advanced analysis, which it shows you you can get the maximum by, I think if you waited a day, you can get 7,000. But I don't know, because the stake has to wait 24 hours. It's probably something like that, now that I think about it. And that's when you get the most value out of it. But I'm not really concerned with this video. So go right here. I'm going to extract. I'm going to have to set an approval, which 4,000 is fine with me. Right here, it might not let me do it. A 1% mint fee will be applied to your extracted 7,000s. This fees go to Actuator holders with the HTTs and whatnot. So I'm going to go for that. So I'm going to get 4,000, 7,000 Actuator tokens. One time I did this and it only gave me 5,000s, which was really weird. And you can get the tokens right away. So you're like collateralizing your hex stake like instantly. So you can create hex stake, collateralize them, use them liquidity, and then use that yield from yield farming and get your stakes back. Kind of like a reserve. It's kind of cool. And then if you get into it with the icosahedron platform and whatnot, you can get HSI. Yeah, you can do a lot of things. So now I extracted 4,000 HTT time tokens. So if it's on the dashboard. There they are. That's the tokens minted. Where's the price? It's probably still loading. Anyways, I'm going to want to go to pools. Since I have 7,000s, it's going to show me my tokens right here. I have Hex. I have 3,967,000 tokens. You will have to put 4,000 tokens to get your stake redeemed back. So yes, that 1% you're losing, but really, if you're accumulating yield in this thing, you're going to make way more because you can collateralize these while let's say the 15-year prestige, you'll make more money and more yield in the farms while you're unstaking your stakes and then recollateralizing them, and it just keeps building the liquidity of the platform along. And there's a right way and a wrong way to use this. Yes, you can sell your tokens and just keep dumping it and using it as yield and doing whatever the hell you want with it. But reinvesting and recollateralizing your stakes after you get them back out and then recollateralize them, as long as you buy more, half the other pair, it'll keep building the liquidity, and it's a great investment, I think. That's what I would be doing. None of this is financial advice. This is just what I'm doing, my opinion, and everything. And yes, it is kind of cool. So you can get them instantly. You can create a stake today. You can get your tokens. And now we can go into a pool. So we go to pools right here. So I have HTT 7,000 in Hex, right? So I'm going to go to actions. I'm going to go to add liquidity. Now I'm going to have to set an allowance. So I'm going to set an allowance of 4,000. This is like an approval allowance, all right? So it's not, so if like a hacker came in or whatever, they only can take 4,000 tokens. If you had more than that, they couldn't get them, or things like that. So you guys know this if you are aware. So I'm going to put this at 4,002, although I have less than that, because that 1% came out. But I'm doing for ease of the video and whatnot. I'm probably going to get my stake back out right after the video and send it someplace else. Not from this, like I'll be in a pool, but we'll see. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. But hey, educational purposes for everybody out there that want to get value out of their hex stake, HSIs. I wish it would come to natives, but immutable contracts are immutable for a reason. So I'm going to hit max right here, and it'll pop up with hex right here. It's about half. So it's probably due to the ratio right now being 5:7. So you get a little less hex that you have to put in there, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to create that liquidity. And then it should pop up right up in here how much liquidity percentage I will have. Yes, I'm only adding $100 or so to this number. And usually I have to refresh this platform. But see, it shows me my PLP right here. And it added $100-ish right there. So now the other cool thing about this in Rabby Wallet is once you got everything in here and loaded and reloaded, it takes a minute, but Rabby Wallet will show you your liquidity down there and everything. So it's kind of cool. So then after I got my liquidity, I got my PLP, my liquidity provider token that you can take to other platforms possibly in the future, stake them over there, earn different tokens. But this one you can earn, I don't know, Actuator. That's the only thing I want to earn, because earning Actuator is kind of like a dividend on top of Hex. So earning Actuator is kind of cool. So right here, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to be earning 450 APR, depending on, like, that doubles to 300,000, a little over that. That'll go down to like 200, a little 225-ish. So I'm going to deposit. Now this, I have 2.9 E7 balance. So I'm going to set my PLP token to just 3 cents. Yeah, I got to do it like that, just for the ease of the video. And you can always go back and revoke these after you set your LP. That is best safety practices when you're using a hardware wallet, especially with things like this. You want to use a hardware wallet no matter what. You got Tangent Wallet, you got the Trezor, which is probably one of the best and the easiest. Got other ones out there like Ledger, things like that, but I prefer Trezor. And for, like, yeah, other things, you got what's it called? So anyways, I'm just gonna hit max. Yes, it comes up right there, but I digress. It's going to be a $77 liquidity providing. This is just for this video, and once it's in there, you stake and earn your Actuator. You earn some APR, and then you take the Actuator tokens, you go over to here to HTT Vaults, and you lock, like, the first couple things of 8 Actuator tokens. I would literally, like, your first 2 months of yield, I would literally lock it up here and just forget about it, dude. Because if you staked your Actuator tokens in this, just think about this. You're getting yield 15 years of this stake, Actuator yield. But the littlest amount at these APRs right now, you'll probably get your stakes back in 4 to 6 months, depending on how big the stakes are and how diluted the pool gets. All right. What's up, Crypto Compassion? Nice to see you. So on that note, that is like a little hint. You might want to do this now if you have HSIs, so you can literally get a free position in this with Actuator and liquidity pools. You'll have a free position for the rest of your life, earning fee. And if you stake you're earning platform fees for people using the platform with Actuator right here if you lock it up. So that's how you get your hex time tokens. I remember that right. But anyways, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I believe that's how I like it. So you stake it right here, your Actuator, and in about a year, you'll probably have a free position. You'll be able to go over to Stakes tab, Action, Retire Hex Time Tokens. And yes, I don't have any right here, but if I swap my Hex real quick for some, I could, matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. Let's go to Pulsechain. This is the only aggregator on Pulsechain right now. This is probably the only place I go besides having to go to other pools that you exchange 1-to-1, like on 9-inch, like on 9mm, like on Pulsechain kind of thing. Pulsechain is most liquid with all these tokens. But let's go to my Hex. I'm going to exchange it for HTT. They're already, so you just type it in. They're already here. HTT 7000s. And I'm going to swap this. I'm going to end up with more. Yes, it says I'm going to get more money, but do you really? There's a little arbitrage in these right now, the way they set the pools up. On another note, I put like $50 worth of liquidity between Hex and Actuator because there wasn't a pool set up on V2 Pulse X. So I did that. It would be cool if that got thicker, but I think the reason why they didn't do that is because Actuator might get dumped on launch or people yielding, and they didn't want it to drag Hex down, which I get. But even a thin liquidity pool could help the price along and move it up, especially if Hex goes to $1 one day. You know, and people are saying, you know, let's get to 10 cents first and we'll focus on $1 then. But I want to swap. Oh, yeah, I got to enable all this stuff. Could have been talking about that while I did that, but let me know. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe, share this out. If you like Hex, if you like Yep, if you like Solid X, if you like Nope, things like that. And now I'm going to swap it. I don't know why it just did that. That was weird, bringing it from one screen to the other. So I'm going to have 3,774 Hex Time Token 7,000s. I'm probably going to be able to get my stake back out right now. Well, or close to it. I could probably trade some pulls for it. Yeah, might as well. Let's just do it. Trade some pulls for some HTT 7,000. Let's go 200,000. That should be enough for all of it. Yeah, let's just do that. I have enough for gas. Yes. All right. I'll show you how this works. See, now I'm just being a G with this. So now I'm going to have HTT time tokens. Once that reloads. Now I'm going to go to retire Hex Time Tokens. It shows I have 3,774. Let's wait a little bit. Maybe it's still pending. It says swapped. All right. So now I believe when you retire, it charges you that 1% fee too. So you end up putting more Hex Time Tokens in here than at least when I did it last time, because I did it little by little instead of putting all of it at once. So we'll see how this goes, but let's refresh this. All right, so I have extracted 4,000 HTT tokens. I swapped my remaining Hex that didn't go in the liquidity pool. I am now earning Actuator, and now I swapped all my Hex that I had liquid left over into HTT 7,000s, which are pegged almost-ish. They're at a discount right now, kind of like the Maxi, Deci, and Trio coins over on the Maximus protocols. So Now it shows I have max 4,000, and I probably have more than that in my wallet. It should pop up right here. Yeah, I almost have 5,000, so I'll swap it back to Hex, and the arbitrage goes negative on that side. But yeah, so I'm going to click submit. My math could have been wrong. Now look at this. You only borrowed $40 for $77 of liquidity because you had the other half, which is cool. So I'm going to retire. I'm going to wait. Yes, Pulsechain is not the fastest horse, but at least it's secure and centralized and doesn't censor my transactions, and I can do what I want. So now I think it's still pending. Yeah, successful. Now available to extract. I'm good. I can get my stake back. All right. This is on the day. So I'm going to revoke delegation and click submit. This will tokenize it to where I can move it. I think this, I did all this on stream with Hex. You can't do that with the ICOSA protocol. You can get your ICOSA, sell it on the market. You could use it to buy something else. You have to rely on that price. But you do have to be aware of the discount prices on the HTT tokens. And hopefully the liquidity will become thicker and thicker and thicker every day as long as people use this the correct way and keep redoing it. So now it is under my control. I can delegate it to Actuator. I can tokenize it. And the pretty cool thing is these guys listen if you go into the Telegram for other abilities, because this transfer feature wasn't here until I asked for it, and they had it within like a day. Like, they're on it, dude, because I realized I had to go to ICOSA protocol, or I had to go to NFT platform to transfer, or I had to do it in my wallet. But if you're already here, you should, they're really good. Great job, guys. You guys keep adding little things that people ask for, making it better, and I can transfer this to any wallet I want, which is awesome. And that kind of pretty much does it. I could borrow against this again if I had more, like $40 more. Let's say I'm DCAing and I want to borrow against it again and grow my pool over here. Yeah. It's always like a different spot. Either you hit farms or you hit actuators. So now it shows my pool share, shows how much my deposit is. It shows I've already earned an actuator. All right. So now I'm going to take this. Now, I don't really want to lock it up on this wallet for 90 days, but you can take this one actuator. You can go over to earn, go to vaults. See, that's a little weird right there. Either farms or actuator. It's a little whatever, but then you go right here and you deposit your actuator. 90 days, you can take it back out. Then you've earned some HTT tokens. The more this is utilized, I think it could be a behemoth. Especially if people it even keeps track of the HTT tokens, but in the vault earnings, things like that. If you go over to ICOSA Hedron, go to their auctions, get these HSIs, and just recycle and repeat as you DCA in. It is great. It'll boost up the ICOSA protocol and maybe put ICOSA at the ceiling price along with Hedron and kind of make it more worth it for this platform to go back through here. So people want to sell for ICOSA. And look, my HSI that I created is over here at 0 progress, and I can sell it for ICOSA right now. What's 43.25 ICOSA? Let's go to Deck Screener and find out. $43.25, right? 43.25. 43.25. 43.25. So you can get $4 with ICOSA. But I just created $40. So proper way to do this is to recycle and don't sell your HTT tokens. But teach their own. Yes, D5 for the win. All welcome. Keeping your keys. I do not want to see HTTs sold down because the floor will go down. I think somebody's trying to keep the ratio right now and things like that. So like the HTT 3000s, which I should get the right here. I like that they have the, if you go to the tokens page, you go to HTT 3000, they have the copy token address straight from their platform, so you can't get scammed, can't copied, whatever. Oh, I think it's because I removed myself. I think you can hear me now. So, yeah, I forgot to hit the unmute. I can't. Yeah. Anyways, I went on a little tiny rant while I was gone, but yeah, where was I? So the HTT 5000's got a nice little chart right here. It's breaking out. The closer it gets to the redemption day, the more one-to-one it will be, I think. The ICOSA's right here. If you're on, go to the auctions, get the HSIs on the Pulsechain. This platform is only on Pulsechain. Save your actuator. It is at a small market cap right now. It just went 20% today. I think they're holding a floor nice. Nobody's selling on them too much. Things like that. I know I am in other coins, but Richard Hart and Hex is at my core. No matter what, I'm staked until 2039, and I've been making more stakes because of this. And it is, yeah. I mean, this makes me way more bullish, like, because people don't have to be scared of staking 5555. Yes, you can stake 5555 and get, like, borrow if need be or whatnot. Hex can actually be a reserve asset like this. And the other thing I saw on the platform is the terminology right here. It says reserves. You know what I mean? It's more, I like that. Little things like that just make a heap of difference for me for some reason. Like, man, the terminology and everything, it sounds more legit to other players, bigger players. Maybe hopefully we can get these reserves up to a few $1 million a piece and not cheat them down like ICOSA protocol. I don't know what happened there, but it seems like when everybody got their ICOSA, they just sold because we were in a bear market. I don't know. That's just my opinion. If I get attacked for it, I get attacked for it. I don't know. But ICOSA should not be $4. Like, for the same amount, right? You have the same ability on Alex's platform to get ICOSA with your HSI, but you get $4 out of it, out of a $40 stake, and on Actuator you get $40 out of it, pretty much, or close to it. I think it was like 39, whatever. I created the stake, but yeah, if you think about it, it's well worth it. And thank God I'm a small channel because not a lot of people will know about this. And ICOSA, literally, I thought it was cool as hell because the auctions were kicking off and everything over on when it launched on ETH. And I didn't get no 10 stakes. Like, I had like the highest multiplier stake I had was a times 7, and it was a smaller stake. So like, I don't get that much Hedron, and I don't really feel like minting it anyways. A lot of like older big payday players, because I'm after the big payday. Like, a lot of those guys got 10x multipliers on the Hedron, and they used it as like an income for a while, and that's probably where the ICOSA price. I don't know, but yeah, I really think if we could turn Actuator into something, it'll probably kick off these HSI buybacks over here, and probably bring up this ICOSA price. I mean, that's my thesis on it. It could go the other way. I mean, you could even sell your HTTs for ICOSA or Hedron, have the Hedron bid on these auctions to get the HSI and go over to Actuator, collateralize it, rinse and repeat. But in the process, the HTT prices would be going down. So that's what I don't necessarily want. So I don't know. There's a lot of strategies. There's a lot of thinking behind this, and got to be kind of big brained about it. Hedron's, I mean, it would put Hedron to its probably ceiling price, ICOSA to its ceiling price. People would come in here and want to sell their HSIs to it. There would be more HSIs backing Hex. There'd be more stakes out there in the world backing Hex, raising the floor for Hex. There'd be more reserves. I can't tell you any other way. I mean, I just did a small one. Imagine that with 10 grand a piece, every stake. You know what I mean? Just recycle, repeat. Yes, on the auctions, you will have to wait and outbid the other player. Like I bid on a couple of these earlier, and he's already bumped them up. Might just have to go to play some games here. Yes, it's a waiting game. It's auction time. It gets pretty intense in the last 5-10 minutes. I've played them before. I've gotten one stake out of like 6 bids I've done in the past. And it is a game, and you got to watch. Like, you don't want this discount to Hex to be at 0. You want a discount or make the other guy overpay for it, but then you might be overpaying for it too. So who knows? And then the discount on ICOSA, you want that to be plus as much as possible. And the discounts, man, are 92%. 60%. I think people are creating stakes and just throwing them in here just to keep the auctions going. I don't know, but if you look at the ICOSA price, it seems to be doing all right now. But every time it pumped, somebody just dumped it back down. And I remember this being $1.70 or something, like before Pulsechain. So, like up here, dude. So we got a ways to go. And, maybe it'll get there one day again. So it's not a bad token. It's at a 5 million market cap. It's still small. So anyways, other than that, I think I'm going to hit the YEP chart. Show you guys this. Seems to be doing pretty good today on a little pullback, kind of retesting some levels. Hopefully it holds. Kind of has this double bottom here. And if you look on a bigger scale, I think it's kind of had this double bottom right here. You know, maybe a triple bottom you can call it. I don't know. But there's that. Wrap pulse looks like it's headed up-ish. It's creating that doji. Uh-oh. Is it going to break out? We'll see. That's on the weekly. Daily, creating dojis. Look like it might break out. We'll see. But what we really want to look at and pay attention to is this hex. It looks like it's going to want to really break out. And it's right there, man. People have just been buying it back up. It's creating this bull flag right here. If we just keep making these longer dojis, like, and this court case gets dismissed with hex, oh man, off to the races, man. Off to the races. But other than that, tell me if you liked the video, although the sound was off for a minute. Sorry about that, Crypto Compassion. I always forget that when you remove yourself, what happened, but we'll see. It doesn't say muted. Really weird. But maybe next week I'll go through some other tokens. Let's look at Camel real quick. Seems this is earned in the agreeable index. I mean, in a month, I earned $1 off $100. I don't know. It's 100%, but that's off one of my smaller liquidity pools I was playing with. You know, I like doing that $100 level, be relatable to most of the working class out here, especially if you have only $400 to play with a month to DCA for a while, maybe even $50, maybe even $100, and maybe every now and then you got a couple grand you can throw in. But if you already made it in crypto, congratulations and peace out.